It's about as frustrating as a result as we've had, just as far as how the game, played out. Playing with the lead in the second half and having numerous chances to get the third goal and put the game out of reach. At that stage, we missed too many transition moments to secure 3 points, and then a game-changing moment where we go have a good look and miss out on an opportunity, and then concede right after it. But the way in which we conceded at the end was inexcusable. There was effort issues on that play, and that hasn't been an issue with this team, so we'll address that.
How do you address an effort issue particularly at this stage in the season, Pat?
Hard conversations.
Yeah.
If you want to win, if you want to accomplish anything, a play like that shouldn't exist in costing you points.
You guys are unbeaten in 6. There are some draws I think that you would probably say you regret along the way, tonight being one of them. Some of the draws were good. You are winless in 4. What's the overall feeling about how this is progressing right now?
We've taken a step back in terms of results over the past 4 games because we should have had more points. Putting the opponents aside, regardless of who we're playing, when you're in control of certain games, and 3 of those 4 being at home, those should be wins. And if we want to have meaningful games to play at the end of the year, we can't lose out on points because of moments like that.
Is the dropped points at this stage? We talked about it at points earlier in the season. Is how big of a concern is that right now?
It's a concern because they add up, and you can only miss out on so many along the way where you just don't have time to recover from it. We're still in a good position, but we should be in a better position than we are.
We'll go to Caleb from WCPO.
How did Lucho's absence impact you guys tonight? Do you think that made it tough on you guys late in the game there?
Certainly. You lose that creativity, and against a team, that defends well and has numbers behind the ball, you need individual moments of creativity to open things up, and that was lacking on the evening.
Just want to get your reaction to Sergio's debut tonight with the team.
Yeah, it's a short sample size. You can see he's still getting familiar with his teammates and how we're going to do things, but that's normal just because of the time in which he arrived and getting his first minutes. But it was disappointing that he couldn't finish the game. So we'll assess and see how he came out of that knock and hopefully move forward in a way where he's healthy and available.
How would you rate Barreal being moved further up the field and given a little more room to find the game?
Yeah, it's an unnatural position for him. So we ask, a lot out of guys at certain points with injuries, and so he did a good job finding a goal. That's certainly important, but I think just as far as how you're finding forward passes, how you're receiving balls and moving forward and connecting with the strikers, it's just different. And so you can see in some moments where that becomes challenging for him, and I think that's to be expected. But I think his effort's been good. He's finding ways to contribute when we're asking a lot of him and just playing in positions that he's not accustomed to playing. So, but I think his mentality's been great, and he's still finding ways to contribute.
Pat, you guys obviously couldn't find the third goal. Had some great looks at it. What do you put that down to? We
just lacked decisiveness. We've been in those moments enough where we've seen the ability to finish plays off, and I think tonight we were indecisive or missed the right pass to finish the play off.
Thank you very much, Pat.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bien, creo que es una posición difícil. No estoy acostumbrado a jugar ahí, pero bueno, traté de hacerlo de la mejor manera, tanto en ataque como defensivamente. Y bueno, creo que dentro de todo hice un gran partido.
It's a tough position to play. I thought I tried to play that game evenly, in attack as well as in defense. But at the end of the day, I think that I found myself in the position and I played a good game.
What was it like Sergio for the first time out on the field?
¿Cómo se siente jugar a Sergio y encontrar a él para la primera vez?
Bien, bien. Una lástima lo de la lesión, pero creo que es un jugador muy potente, con mucha velocidad y nos puede ayudar mucho.
Yeah, it's a good player. It's unfortunate to see him come off late, but I think he's a very strong player. He's got great pace, and I think he can help us a lot.
How frustrating is the result for you, Alvaro?
¿Cómo te frustras ese resultado?
Creo que mucho porque merecíamos ganarlo, fuimos mucho mejores que ellos, era un partido para sumar de a 3 y se nos escapó a lo último.
It's very frustrating. This was a game where we were the better team. This is a game where we could have gotten 3 points, and it escaped us in the end. Awesome. Thanks, Alvaro.